I have gathered the best and cheapest unlimited plans for 2024 so you don't have to. And be sure to stay to the end where I talk about the best, cheapest family plans to help you save the most money. But first, we are going to start with the cheapest solo line for unlimited data. Right now, hands down, the best unlimited data plan that you can save the most money with comes from Visible Mobile. Right now, their cheapest plan is $20 a month if you commit to be with them for 48 months. Now, this means you'll be with them for 2 years, but your total cost of service will only be $480. Now, if you miss this window to sign up for this deal, well, you can still sign up for their next cheapest plan, which is only $25 a month, $5 more than that promo, and that is something I can get behind, absolutely. Now, Visible Mobile runs on Verizon Wireless's nationwide network, so you will always be with service. Verizon has the largest 4G LTE footprint, so that is a good thing to have here. Some things to know about this plan are that there isn't a set amount of high-speed data. You can get unlimited data, but your speeds might slow when the network is congested. And then when it comes to hotspot allowance, your hotspot is also unlimited, but capped at 5 megabits per second, which is kind of slow, but will allow you to scroll the internet, check your email, and likely work from wherever you need to work remotely. So what are the pros and cons of Visible? Well, some pros are you won't find a cheaper unlimited plan, especially with that $20 deal. And it's also on Verizon's network, which is the second pro here. The only con is that there isn't any set data allowance and there aren't very many perks or any at all, besides obviously the perk of saving a lot of money. This is just a bare bones plan, but it will get you exactly what you need for all the simple cell phone users out there. The second best cheap unlimited plan for 2024 comes from US Mobile. Now, US Mobile is pretty cool because you can choose either between Verizon or T-Mobile when you sign up for plans. So you get an option of 2 networks, which is pretty great, all for the exact same price of $29 a month. Now, for this cost, you get 35 gigabytes of high-speed data, as well as a 10 gigabyte hotspot. So that's a pretty good deal here. Remember, with Visible, you don't get any set hotspot allowance or any set amount of data for that cheap plan. For just $4 more, you do with US Mobile, and that's why I really, really love this plan. So what are the pros and cons of US Mobile? The first pro is that it undercuts most of the industry when we're looking at cost and how much data you get. You can't really find that anywhere else. You also get top-of-the-line 5G access, either with Verizon or T-Mobile, whichever you choose. And also, you do get international access and some data to use with US Mobile, which you don't see often with these smaller carriers. Now, the only con is that it isn't the cheapest. But as we've discussed, you do get a lot more than with the cheapest plan, so there are some wins and some losses here. The last best, cheapest unlimited plan for solo users comes to us from Mint Mobile. Their unlimited plan is $30 a month, and I really like it because you get a set amount of hotspot and a set amount of high-speed data to use. So you get 40 gigabytes of data. After that, your speeds might slow only when the network is congested. And when it comes to the hotspot, you get 10 gigabytes, which is pretty solid. Now let's talk about the pros and cons. Well, the pros here are that Mint Mobile requires you to buy in bulk, but when you buy in bulk, you save more money, which I can get behind. And this is a really nice addition to plans, especially if you know you like the network. The second pro is that you have access to the largest 5G network in the country, which comes from T-Mobile. Now, when we're talking cons, there's not that many. In fact, one of the cons is the same as the pro. You have to buy in bulk. Some people don't appreciate having to buy in bulk, so keep that in mind. And the other con is that it's not the cheapest, but it is pretty dang close. As promised, now we are getting to the best, cheapest, unlimited family plans. Now I'm considering a family plan and showing you the prices for plans that include 4 or more lines on your account. So the first one is a little bit shocking to me, considering this carrier was on my naughty list for a long time, but this plan comes from AT&T. It is the Unlimited Extra EL plan. That's their newest plan with a slightly increased price, but it offers a good amount of data, which is why I'm recommending it. So for 4 lines, the cost comes out to about $160 a month. That's $40 a line. With this, you get 75 gigabytes of high-speed data, then your speeds might slow during congestion. And the kicker here, the really awesome part is you get a 30 gigabyte hotspot, which is awesome for anybody who works remotely or likes to work anywhere there isn't Wi-Fi. I love this plan. So the pros are, yes, obviously an amazing amount of data, both on the general data allowance and the hotspot allowance, but you also get full use of your plan in Canada and Mexico, which is an awesome perk that you don't get with every carrier. Now, lastly, when we're talking cons, there aren't any other streaming or lifestyle perks with AT&T. With the big three, generally, you have some sort of streaming perk. You don't get that here, so that might be a con. The second family plan that I highly recommend comes from T-Mobile. It is the Essentials plan. You can get 4 lines for $25 a piece for $100 total a month, and that is really impressive. It's hard to find that anywhere, even with the smaller carriers. For this cost, you get 50 gigabytes of data, which is impressive, and you get a small hotspot, but a hotspot all the same at 3 gigabytes. So the pros are potentially the cheapest family plan on the market, as well as a good amount of data. The cons here are that the hotspot is pretty small, but if you're not a big hotspot user, then this should be fine. And lastly, there aren't any perks. When you sign up for more expensive T-Mobile plans, the perks start rolling in spades, but not for this one. It's pretty bare bones. All right, that's it. Those are my top suggestions for the cheapest and best unlimited plans for 2024. What plans might you add to this list or take away from this list? I'd be intrigued to hear from you. Let me know in the comments. I'm Sherry, your telecom expert with WhistleOut. Thanks for watching.